Well, my next guest is an accomplished author, speaker, and facilitator. Mary Jane Copps is very passionate about creating excellent communication. And I don't know about your kids and grandkids, but younger people have a very, very difficult time in communicating nowadays unless they're typing with two thumbs. Mary Jane has worked with over 700 clients since launching the Phone Lady brand in 2006. She's trained 15,000 individuals, increased revenue for companies, customer satisfaction throughout her proven communication techniques. You can go to her website to learn more. She is not shy about what she charges to try to teach kids how to speak clearly and concisely. So with that in mind, we welcome her to WLS Radio. Why are so many Gen Zers so bad at, let me just be delicate here, traditional communication skills?
Well, I think it goes back to the early 90s when the BlackBerry first arrived in our world and became known as the Crackberry. We all started speaking with our thumbs. And that progressed to the house phone disappearing. Houses don't have a common family phone anymore. And basically, all generations are spending more time putting words on a screen than they are speaking to each other.
Well, we're not particularly good at that either, but I noticed when my son, the other day, he's 24 years old, 24. I said, call and order us a pizza. And it was like, it was gibberish. I mean, he couldn't put 2 or 3 sentences together. And afterwards I said, you're going to have to get much more facile in how you present yourself on the phone if you want to go much further in life. I mean, do you see it as a systemic problem, a generational problem, both?
I think it's both. What we didn't realize years ago when we had house phones is that speaking on the phone is a skill. We decided or believed that it was innate, that everybody could do it. And in actuality, talking on the phone has a lot in common with public speaking. You have to know how to do it. So with younger generations having their own phones and having the choice to text or email versus talk to each other, they haven't developed the skill. So yes, it's terrifying when suddenly they're faced with having to have a conversation on the phone.
Now you charge upwards of, I guess, $500, $480 an hour to help these kids develop better phone skills. Number one, is that American or Canadian?
It's Canadian, and
okay.
It's for groups of people. It's not my one-on-one charge. So if somebody's coming to me as a coach for their business or their specific skills, it's $195.
Got it. Well, look, hey, yay capitalism! I let the market will bear what the market will bear. I'm all for
That's
it.
Right.
This is Mary Jane Copps. She spotted the rise of phone phobia 16 years ago and set up a consultancy called the Phone Lady to help companies improve their staff members, basically younger people, their phone skills. So give us an idea of some of the exercises that you prescribe so people can become better communicators in the more traditional sense.
Well, I'll give you some examples from people I worked with. So working with a young entrepreneur who needed to do discovery calls with their prospective market, the first step was to get them to not text for 48 hours, to only call friends and family. Because as I've said, it's a skill and you need to practice it. And I said, you can let your friends and family know you're going to call them on the weekend if you want to warn them, but you just need to pick up the phone. And so it's good to start with people they know already.
I agree with that. But also, do you tell them to be short and sweet?
Yes. So when you dive deeper into the skills, it's about learning how to be both effective and efficient on the phone. How to be a better listener on the phone is a big thing as well. And then if it's a team that's based in doing customer service, then you're also giving them the skills to deal with an upset caller or someone who won't stop talking, all of those skills.
We get a lot of that here, as do most talk stations with upset callers.
Sure.
And I've tried to coach people throughout my career. You would answer the phone, hello, ... WLS Radio, John Howell Show. Thanks for calling. What do you want to talk about? And try to be polite in that way, but we get some callers who are less than polite, and I understand there's some frustration in the next room over with our staff from time to time. So how long does it normally take if I was to give my son some gift certificates to the phone lady consultancy? How many lessons do you think before you can turn somebody who is very poor at communicative skills into somebody that's much better? Would it take 3 or 4 sessions, a dozen sessions? What do you think?
Most individuals, especially if they're motivated because it's a job they're applying for, a job they're in, it's 1 or 2 hours. The first thing we need to uncover is what exactly is making you afraid. So one of the most common things that makes people afraid is they are worried that somebody's going to ask them a question they don't know how to answer. And the very thought of that happening and being on the other end of the phone and not knowing what to say can be really scary.
Where do we find more about your consultancy? What website can I direct my listeners to?
Very straightforward, thephonelady.com.
Happy New Year. Thank you very much. I hope that we can get some better communication skills offloaded onto our younger members of society, especially Gen Zers.
Thanks so much for your time, and Happy New Year to you, too.